In this moment, we are going to watch some aspects, like for example, tools to improve writing skills, exploring classroom microblogs, and technology to assess oral communication in business English. Okay, we are going to start with tools to improve writing English. This topic consists in, for example, you can improve better tools for making class in some classrooms on schools, because you know that time is running a lot and the world is more complicated, and therefore we are going to put more meanings for explaining about some topics with one can explain about students for use some weights, some devices, for example, tablets, PC, and smartphones, because it's the fashion that we can use that ways of communication and learning, for example, more English, other language, for example. Okay, that devices carry us to the methods. What kind of methods? On the move and e-learning. And what consists in that? As I told previously, is a better way to make some virtual classrooms. What kind of virtual classrooms? For example, where you can explain the same topics as a teacher, but in another way. In this case, is on a PC or a personal computer. Okay, and we can see that it can improve some skills that we can need for improving a language. In this case, is English. And this kind of tools can improve to us the grammar and the writing. All right. Okay, continue with this explanation. Uh, we have said that tools to improve English can give some devices and methods and skills, and this one can carry us to exploring classroom microblogs. Okay, and it gives us new experiences that I told previously that world is changing a lot every day, and therefore human society give us better tools to improve their way of teaching English, like for example. All right. In this case, we are going to watch new ways, like for example, of improve our English, like for example, paragraph format, grammar rules, linear process. In this linear process, we are going to watch three little processes, like for example, outlining, drafting, revising. Okay, this one can carry us to microblogging. Microblogging is an interesting tool where students can make an iterations. Okay, they can make that iteration although and tools like for example that model. Okay, and this one can make improve skills, like for example beside of listening, writing, reading, and speaking, like for example metacognitive and comprehension. Metacognitive, like for example, as I told, is reading, but the comprehension is more complicated because there are a lot of things, like for example strategies. That strategies are composed by the background is composed by the previous knowledge, like for example a new knowledge that you can catch, and meanwhile teacher can teach to you about new topics, and it can improve your understanding. And although the text, big text and interesting text, where the student can enjoy read, meanwhile he or she are reading, is reading, and therefore your understanding uh, The starting come from text, the oral text, and the comprehension of the text. Okay, and making inference, like for example, drawing conclusions. Okay, and we don't make a real comprehension if we don't make a conclusion, because for example conclusions uh, are made when we are going to understand the previous facts, like for example understanding a background. Okay, the the third topic are going to be explained on the next section. As last point, we are going to talk about technology to assess oral communication in business English. This is very important because business need a lot of people who talk and defend of the use of the English. But therefore, we are going to use some important facts for making and improving of the English language, like for example strategies. Strategy, like for example, we can use voice thread and we can improve some skills, like for example listening and speaking. Okay, but it it carried to challenge, like for example be responsive, be innovative, be creative, and be current. And these 4 points are very important because these words are very exigent, and therefore we should take in importance that 4 points. Especially, for example, be innovative and be creative. Because if you use this one, you can carry the best idea for this one and this one. Okay. And the last point, we are going to talk about purposes. Purposes, like for example simulate, create, and develop. And simulate what? Simulate, for example, real situation. We can you make you can suppose you are in a real situation where you can speak with other people which can need your help. Okay, and or who are going to make business with you, and you should are very well for English language, and therefore this is a good idea for practice speaking, like for example writing, for make letters, speaking when the people says what he or she or they need, and you can solve their questions and you can answer correctly, etc. Okay, the second step is create what? Platforms. In this platform, virtual platforms, you can make oral talks. Oral talks where, for example, you can evaluate your previously knowledge about the speaking, the writing, the listening, and the reading. And therefore, you can develop some methods, for example, for grading, and as I told previously, and for evaluating. Because you need, if you want to know if you are learning about really English, you should be graded and be evaluated. Okay, and this is my presentation about technology in teaching English and their main steps and aspects. Thank you so much, and you are friendly, and good night.